It's what we believe. Now, here's the thing. No one actually buys on price. I mean, there's maybe 3 people in the entire history of the world who bought on price. There's Ebenezer Scrooge. There's probably the random bloke in the street you might see, and then there was my dad. Well, my Ebenezer Scrooge doesn't exist, and my dad's dead now. So there's probably one person now in the world still wandering around buying on price. No one else really is. I mean, that's a bit tongue in cheek, but it's fucking true. We all buy on value. They might tell you it's all about the price, but it actually never is. And one of the things in construction is, and they see it all the time, it's no one ever seems to fucking learn, is they'll get someone to do it cheap. They fuck the job up, can't finish it, go bust, or just do a shit job anyway. Then they end up paying again a higher price to get it done properly. And it's almost a cliche, but still they continue to do it. Now, that can only happen because people are willing to do it cheap. They say, yeah, let's do it cheap. You even see people saying, no, we won't be beaten on price. We'll always do the cheapest job. And they do that is their USP. That's their unique selling proposition. You know,
I was looking for a handyman to come and do put something.
I bet you were.
Shut up. And when I was looking online, there were a lot of them that were saying for first-time buyers you'd get it free or you get a huge discount, like 40% off or something. And I thought, so if I want to get one picture just hang on the wall, for example, by a handyman, I could get that done for maybe what, £5, a tenner, and never go back to him. Yeah. So not only has he just lost out on making a profit there, but he's also lost out on a long-term customer because everyone else is giving me the same job first time for bloody discount. Yeah,
you just do the rounds of cheap people who do it. Oh no, it doesn't make any sense at all. We've got a handyman here, and you know I unashamedly admit I'm shit at DIY, and not only that, but I don't have the time. So he comes up here and he charges €20 an hour, and no call out charge. So for €20 an hour, Sarah couldn't believe it. Look at I, we had him doing all sorts of pictures, fucking shelves up, put my punch bag up, you know. All this stuff for 20 years, it's basically free. You get it for €100 for a day almost, 5 hours. And because he's a professional, what would take me an hour, he can do in 5 minutes or 10 minutes. It's ridiculous. And if he'd charged us €100 an hour, I'd have still paid it. I have no idea what a handyman costs. €20 an hour, fine. €100 an hour, fine. If it had said like €500, I might have thought, well, that's ridiculous. It's not worth that to me.
No.
But it's worth €500 for a day's work if he's going to come and do all this shit for me that I don't have to do. Just to shut Sarah up, fucking hell. Well, will you hang this picture for me? Look, you told me that. You asked me 6 months ago. Don't keep going on about it. That's ridiculous. No one fucking buys on price. They all buy on value. They all buy on what it's worth to them. And, you know, your value changes from time to time, person to person. Like right now, I haven't the thought of going to a dentist. I wouldn't pay a dentist anything. I don't need a dentist. But if I cracked a tooth this evening, you can bet your life I'd pay whatever it took to get a dentist. When I went to get my eyes done, I was going to think about having laser surgery. It's €900 per eye. And I thought that's about the same cost of a new pair of glasses or lenses. So it's about the same. But when I went up there, they said, you're right at the limits of what we can achieve. You know, you'd be okay for a couple of 3 years, maybe 5, but then you'll need glasses anyway. And there's another problem. What's that? You've got cataracts coming. Now, I'm no ophthalmologist, but I know what cataracts means. It means you're going fucking blind. So I spent, okay, so what do we do about that? Well, we can replace the lenses in your eyes. Okay, let's do that then. Didn't think about the price. It was €8,000 surgery and the hospital stay. It was the same when I paid for Sarah to have it done. And I said, well, I'll tell you what, I said, you know, this was October. It's October 2017, I think it was, or 18. Oh, okay, so when can you do it? Christmas. Well, I'll tell you, I'll pay you more if you do it now or in the next, you know, tomorrow. No, we don't do that. How fucking stupid can you get? I was offering them free money. I'll pay twice, pay double. But at that point, when I realised it meant going blind, only slowly to be sure, but that's the inevitable conclusion. And they only charged me £8,000. I wasn't thinking about trying to shop around and go somewhere cheaper. I wanted to pay them more to do it quicker.
Well, you shop around cheaper for your eyes. You'll go bloody blind anyway.
Yeah, I could sit in there slowly going blind looking for something. My dad would have done. My dad would have probably tried to do it himself, you know.
Oh God, imagine that.
But and also there's also another myth about how much you charge should somehow be tied to how much work is involved. I spent 2 mornings in the hospital as an outpatient, right? And I do one eye one day, the next eye the next day. Most of that time is, say I was there from 9 o'clock until 1 o'clock, so 4 hours, right? 3.5 of those hours, or probably 3.25 of those hours, was spent sitting around waiting, because there was 7 or 8 of us in the ward, and they do it on like a production line, you know?
Yeah.
The remaining 45 minutes, I went in for a 10-minute examination just to make sure I was okay to have the operation that day. And the next thing they did was they took me in and they gave me a sedative, which I didn't even want, but they said, let's just proceed. And the actual operation took about 15 minutes on each arm. So it was 8K basically for 2 lots of 15 minutes work and a couple of examinations and a bit of an injection. That was it. And sitting around in the hospital. You don't get paid for how long you spend doing the job. You get paid for the value. And now, 3 years later, I've got better than 20/20 vision, both eyes, near and far, and it will remain that way until I die.